Everybody, welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson. We're going to start a new series on macro management. So as our last series, metabolic management discussed, we want to go through a process, a step-by-step method that we would use as coaches to help people understand what kind of calorie levels they need, how to break that up into macronutrient profiles. So this first one on energy balance is, of course, or it should be, everybody's starting point. How many calories do I need? How do I assess somebody's metabolic capacity, their unique genetics, factor in their activity level? All of those things give us a pretty wide margin. But of course, there are standards that focus us in one certain direction with different clients. So I'll let you go first, Adam, in just describing how you first come up with these numbers for overall calories for any kind of client who comes across your services.
Yeah, the first couple things I look at are height and body weight, and then their job. So depending on what they weigh, every step that they take is going to require, if they're 200 pounds versus 150 pounds, that 200-pound person is going to move more body weight per step. So therefore, they burn more calories. And we'll talk about this with metabolic suppression later. But additionally, their work environment. Do they sit at a desk all day? I have a guy who climbs cell phone towers, so his metabolic rate was just, or his energy expenditure was through the roof. But due to that, we didn't have to go as low of calories as maybe some of my people because he was so active all day. So all of those things factor in. Exercise, how many times are they working out a week? And that is really where we dig in and determine that initial calorie level, which is the first step for us to, really work with anybody.
Every single week I grade a lot of exams and case studies for coaches that we certify. And this is the first thing we do. Block one out of a 5-step rubric is calculating energy balance needs, calculating macronutrient profile. And it is the most important thing. And it's where I focus the most time, because even with coaches who've gone through and studied a course like ours, it's just not always easy. You have to have some kind of starting point. So there are formulas. There are things like the Harris-Benedict equations, all kinds of modified versions of that. There are different multipliers. So you can look up formulas for total energy expenditure, and again, it's just an algorithm. You're punching in, as you said, Adam, height, weight, gender, activity level, different factors. But I would also say there are some easier ways to even kind of give you a plumb line to see if your calculations are in the ballpark. And that is, we know the basal metabolic rate before extra activity from training and so forth is factored in. The average adult male basal metabolic rate is around 1,650 calories. For females, around 1,350. Now, again, for somebody training really hard, factor in some extra calories, as you said, Adam, factor in some extra calories for muscle mass. But then you may also have to subtract some for a calorie deficit if your goal is fat loss. But another good one, and we use this in the National Academy of Metabolic Science, is just the way I modified all of the formulas and algorithms out there and said, okay, what makes sense for the people that we would encounter most? Somebody who is trying to work out, trying to lose body fat. And I use a 10 times multiplier. If you look at somebody's current weight and multiply times 10, and you look at their estimated healthy lean body weight, it may be their goal, it may be not, but what would be a good BMI level? And you multiply that times 10, that would give you a range of calories that's probably going to be perfect for you to fall in the middle somewhere using all the variables you described, Adam, which is, we may have to subtract a little for this or add a little for that, but let's see within that range where we fall.
Absolutely. I'd also like to add there's a psychological component too. I want to give my clients a level of food that they can absolutely stick to. So sometimes I might move calories up just to give them that initial cushion or transition phase, if you would. A lot of our people that come to us, even if they're contest dieters, they might not be that strict initially coming in to work with us. So sometimes I'm a little careful on how deep we make that first step.
Mhm. Absolutely. And when we start our next episode, we'll actually create kind of a case study and then we'll start breaking down those macronutrients. So you guys stay tuned and we'll see you next time in Contest Prep University.